I have been staring at this single leaf for the better part of a week. To most people, it is just yard waste. It is debris. It is something to be raked up, bagged, and thrown away, so the garden looks tidy again. It is a blemish on an otherwise healthy plant. It is yellowing, edges curled and crispy, veins protruding like the bones of a skeleton. It hangs there, limp and exhausted, looking like it has nothing left to give. But to me, right now, this leaf feels like a mirror. I found myself projected onto this dying piece of organic matter. I saw my own exhaustion in its faded color. Have you ever felt like that? Have you ever felt completely and utterly drained? Like you have poured every ounce of your energy, your love, your creativity, and your soul into something? A job, a family, a dream, and now you are just empty. You feel paper thin. You feel fragile. You feel like if the wind blows just a little too hard, you might crumble into dust. That is exactly how I have been feeling lately. Burned out, used up. And my instinct when I look at myself in the mirror is the same instinct I had when I looked at this leaf. I wanted to fix it. I wanted to cut it off. I wanted to hide the evidence of weakness. I wanted to pretend that I was still green, still vibrant, still in the peak of summer. We live in a culture that worships the summer. We are obsessed with growth. We applaud the blooming, the expanding, the conquering. We love the green phases of life when we are productive, energetic, and successful. But we are terrified of the autumn. We have no language for the withering. We treat the yellow phases, the aging, the resting, the ending, as failures. We think that if we are not growing, we are dying. But this leaf taught me that I was looking at it all wrong. I decided not to cut it. Instead, I set up my camera and I just watched. I wanted to see how it ends. I wanted to understand the anatomy of letting go. For the first few days of the time lapse, the leaf seemed to be fighting. It was holding onto the branch with a desperation that broke my heart. The wind would blow and it would tremble violently, but it wouldn't let go. I saw so much of humanity in that stubbornness. We hold on so tight, don't we? We hold on to jobs that drain us because we are afraid of the unknown. We hold on to relationships that have long since died because we are afraid of being alone. We hold on to versions of ourselves that no longer exist because we are afraid of the question, who am I if I am not this? We think that holding on makes us strong. We think that endurance is the ultimate virtue. But as I watched this leaf turn from yellow to brown, I realized that its true strength wasn't in holding on. Its strength was in its history. Think about what this leaf has done. For months, it was a solar panel. It sat under the scorching sun, absorbing energy, processing it, and sending sugar back down to the roots to feed the entire tree. It faced the storms, it sheltered the birds, it drank the rain, it gave everything. It held nothing back for itself. The reason it is withered now is not because it failed. It is withered because it succeeded. It is empty because it emptied itself out for the greater good of the tree. That changed how I saw my own burnout. The exhaustion you feel, that isn't a sign that you are broken. It is a sign that you gave. It is a receipt of your generosity. You are tired because you loved hard. You are drained because you worked hard. Wear your exhaustion like a badge of honor, not a mark of shame. As the week progressed, the color drained completely. The green chlorophyll broke down, revealing the hidden colors underneath, the golds, the oranges, the browns. These colors were always there, hidden by the green. It made me think that perhaps our withered phases reveal our true character. When the performance of success is stripped away, when we are raw and vulnerable, that is when we see what we are really made of. And then I noticed something incredible happening at the base of the leaf stem, right where it connects to the branch. In botany, this is called the abscission zone. It is a layer of cells that the tree actively creates to push the leaf away. It is a deliberate separation. The tree isn't killing the leaf, it is releasing it. It is cutting off the flow of water and nutrients, effectively saying, your job is done, you can rest now. It made me realize that letting go is a biological necessity. It isn't an accident. It is designed into the very fabric of life. If the tree tried to keep every leaf forever, it would die. The weight of the old leaves would break the branches in the winter snow. The old leaves would block the light for the new ones. The tree has to let go to survive. And so do we. We carry so much dead weight. We carry regrets from 10 years ago. We carry grudges against people who don't even remember our names. We carry dreams that didn't come true. We carry them like this tree carries the dead leaf, and we wonder why we feel so heavy. We wonder why we can't grow. It is because our hands are too full of the past to catch the future. The climax of the video happened on a Tuesday afternoon. A gentle breeze came through the garden. I watched through the lens, holding my breath. The leaf didn't struggle this time. It didn't fight the wind. It simply surrendered. It detached. And the fall was beautiful. It wasn't violent, it was a dance. The leaf spiraled down, catching the light one last time, drifting slowly, peacefully, until it landed softly on the soil below. Silence. It lay there among the other fallen leaves, a quiet graveyard of the season. But then I zoomed in on the branch. I looked at the exact spot where the leaf had just detached, and that is when I saw it, the secret, the revelation that changed everything for me. Right there, nestled precisely in the scar left by the old leaf, was a tiny, tiny bud. A dormant bud for next spring. It had been there the whole time, hidden behind the stem of the old leaf, waiting. But here's the truth. As long as the old leaf was holding on, that bud couldn't breathe. It couldn't get the light it needed. It couldn't grow. The old leaf had to go to make space for the new life. The ending wasn't just an ending. It was the precondition for a new beginning. I stared at that tiny bud for a long time. I realized that my fear of letting go was based on a lie. I thought that if I let go of who I was, I would be nothing. But nature is telling me that if I let go of who I was, I make room for who I am becoming. The void is not empty. The void is fertile. And the story of the leaf didn't end on the ground. I kept the camera rolling. I watched as the rain came and soaked the dry leaf. I watched as it began to soften, to break down. I watched as tiny insects and microbes began to do their work. The leaf was decomposing. To some, that looks like rot. It looks like the ultimate indignity. But in nature, there is no such thing as waste. The leaf was becoming soil. It was releasing its remaining nutrients, the calcium, the magnesium, the carbon, back into the earth. And guess where those nutrients go? They go into the roots. They go back into the tree. They travel up the trunk, and they become the fuel for that tiny bud I saw on the branch. The leaf didn't die. It transformed. It became the nourishment for the next generation. It became the ancestor of the future. This is the cycle of all things. Nothing is ever truly lost. The energy you spent on that failed project, it taught you lessons that are fueling your next success. The love you gave to the person who left, it expanded your heart so you can love the next person better. The identity you are losing as you age, it is becoming the wisdom that you will share with others. You are not fading away. You are becoming the soil for your own future. So if you are feeling like that withered leaf today, if you feel yellow, brittle, and ready to fall, please don't be afraid. Don't fight the wind. Don't cling to the branch out of fear. Trust the design. Trust the abscission zone. Your season of doing is over for now. It is time for your season of being. It is time to fall. It is time to rest on the ground. It is time to let the rain soften you. It is okay to not be okay right now. It is okay to not be productive. It is okay to be messy and decomposing. Because right behind you, hidden in the scar of your pain, is a bud, a new dream, a new version of you. It is small right now. It is sleeping, but it is there, and it is waiting for its turn in the sun. But for it to wake up, you have to let go. Look at the leaf one last time. It is not ugly. It is noble. It has completed its mission. It has earned its rest. And so have you. Let go. Fall gently, and trust that the spring will come again. It always does.